Today we are going to talk about coronary still phenomenon. This coronary still phenomenon is also called as the coronary still syndrome. So this occurs because of the drug like dipyridamole, and sublingual nifedipine. So how it occurs, and for that we should know the normal coronary circulation. Coronary circulation is the circulation of the blood in the blood vessels that supply the heart muscle or myocardium. What is coronary circulation? Is the circulation of the blood in the blood vessels that supply the heart muscle or myocardium. We call it as a coronary circulation. Now, coronary arteries supply oxygenated blood to the heart muscle. We all know that. What are the function of the arteries? These arteries supply oxygenated blood to the heart muscle, and cardiac veins, they drain away the blood after it has been deoxygenated, right? Means they carry deoxygenated blood. Coronary artery carry oxygenated blood to the heart muscle. Now there are two types of vessels: large conducting arteries and smaller resistant arterioles. Larger conducting arteries and smaller resistant arterioles. Larger conducting arteries, they run epicardially, as you can see in this is the heart, this is the main aorta, then there is a right atrium, right ventricle, and here somewhere there is a pericardium or pericardial cavity, or here there are the three layers: endocardium, myocardium, pericardium, and there is epicardium, right? Now these larger conducting arteries, they run epicardially, and they send perforating branches, to the deeper tissues like myocardium or endocardium. These are the larger conducting arteries which are located on the epicardium, or they run epicardially and send perforating branches to the deeper tissues like myocardium and endocardium. Now, smaller resistant arterioles, these are nothing but the perforating branches of the larger conducting arteries. These are the perforating branches of the larger conducting arteries, and they supply blood to the endocardium. And whenever there is a ischemia, there is a dilatation of the smaller resistant arterioles or smaller resistant arterioles by autoregulatory mechanism or by compensatory mechanism. Body tries to compensate, or body tries to autoregulate that ischemia. So how it causes that autoregulatory mechanism, or how it occurs, we'll see. Means dilatation, how that dilatation occurs, what are the various factors which are responsible for dilatation of these vessels during ischemia, right? What happens during ischemia? Adenosine. Now adenosine is a local mediator which is present over there. This local mediator causes dilatation of the smaller resistant arteriole in the ischemic area only. During autoregulatory mechanism or during compensatory mechanism by the body, this adenosine, which is a local mediator, it causes dilatation of smaller resistant arterioles in the ischemic area only, and tone of the smaller resistant arteriole in the non-ischemic area does not change. There is no effect on that vessels in non-ischemic area, and that's why there is increase in the blood flow to the ischemic area. That happens during autoregulatory mechanism, or normally what happens whenever there is a myocardial ischemia, or uh, whenever there is ischemia, this adenosine, sorry, this adenosine, which is a local mediator, it came into an action, and it causes dilatation of the smaller resistant arterioles only in the ischemic area. There is no effect on this vessel in a non-ischemic area, and that's why it increases blood flow to the ischemic area, right? Now, what is coronary still phenomenon or coronary still syndrome, which is caused by the drugs like dipyridamole, or when the uh, nifedipine is given sublingually. Sublingual nifedipine. It is not written over here, but sublingual nifedipine and dipyridamole causes coronary still phenomenon. This dipyridamole, it is a powerful coronary vasodilator. It's a powerful coronary vasodilator, but still it is not used in the treatment of ischemia or angina. Why it is not used in the treatment of angina or ischemia? Because it causes coronary still phenomenon. So what is that? We will discuss. This dipyridamole increases the total coronary flow. It increases the total coronary flow by preventing uptake and degradation of adenosine. How it increases total coronary flow? By preventing uptake and degradation of adenosine. By preventing uptake and degradation, and that's why more and more adenosine will be there. If there is more and more adenosine will be there, it causes dilatation of the smaller resistant arterioles in the that particular ischemic area, but it increases total coronary flow, and there is a problem. That's why it dilates smaller resistant arteriole in the non-ischemic area as well, where there is no need, where there is no requirement. So it dilates smaller resistant arteriole in the non-ischemic area as well, and hence there is a diversion, or it diverts the already reduced blood flow away from the ischemic zone, and that is called as stealing. Stealing means it diverts already reduced blood flow away from the ischemic zone, and that is called as the coronary steal phenomenon. What does it do? And this dipyridamole has no effect on the larger conducting vessels. There is no effect on the larger conducting vessels. There is effect on the smaller resistant arteriole. Means, normally what happens? There is a dilatation of smaller resistant arteriole in the ischemic area, right? But this, because of this dipyridamole, what happens? It increases the total coronary flow. It increases the total coronary flow by preventing uptake and degradation of adenosine. That means more and more adenosine will be there. If more and more adenosine will be there, so it dilates that smaller resistant arteriole in the ischemic area as well as in non-ischemic area. When it dilates that smaller resistant arteriole in the non-ischemic area, so what happens? It diverts already reduced blood flow. Already reduced blood flow means there is ischemia. So there is already reduced blood flow away from the ischemic zone. That's why it is called as the coronary still phenomenon, and it is not used. It is not used in the angina or ischemic heart disease because of this reason. And same thing happens with the sublingual nifedipine. So dipyridamole and sublingual nifedipine, it causes coronary still phenomenon or coronary still syndrome, and there is no effect on the larger conducting vessels. So where it use dipyridamole inhibit platelet aggregation. It acts as an antiplatelet drug, and for which it is used in the post-MI patient or post-stroke patient for prevention of coronary and cerebral thrombosis. Though it is a powerful coronary vasodilator, it is not used in angina. It is used as a antiplatelet drug for post-MI patient or post-stroke patient for the prevention of coronary and cerebral thrombosis. Right? Now nitrates. Nitrates, they dilate the larger conducting vessel. So redistribution of blood flow to the ischemic area. Redistribution of the blood flow to the ischemic area. So it's a preferred drug for the ISD. It's a preferred drug for the ISD. So these nitrates are the drug of choice in acute attack of angina, right? It do not cause any coronary still phenomenon because there is an effect on the larger conducting vessel and it redistributes blood flow to the ischemic area. So this is what is called as the coronary still phenomenon.